Welcome to ECNTRADE Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you very much for joining me. Well, last week the Australian dollar bulls thought twice about taking the challenge towards that level of 66 cents. And since there, the market has contained any rally and actually staged an initial pullback that now focuses on the 65.20 support. Although this level was breached on Friday, I do expect to see further risk to the downside. And once we get this firm confirmation, which isn't quite there yet, through the midway point of the RSI at 50, along with the MACD breaking down, initiates the move to 64.70 and lower to 64.15. Well, since the rejection of 109.70.90, the bears have remained pretty much focused on the level of 108.85. We're quite close there now, and if we see a break, would initiate further weakness towards 108.45 and down to 107.35.55 as the objective, which has held now for some time. Any advances should fail. Do note the market might be a little bit quieter into the start of this week as the US is absent in observance of Memorable Day and therefore could see a little bit of sideways consolidation before the initial start to the downside pressure as the US dollar strengthens. The dollar yen is coasting sideways as it has done for some time now, for at least about 8 days, and remains underneath the level of 108.1525. I do ascertain that while this level is intact, then further risk holds to the downside to 107.25. Now a break there would give further risk to the target of 106.80 to 106.1525. The bears are still around for the pound. Since we saw the break last week of 122.45, the call has been to 121.50, which is held respectively at present. Once we get a break, which may eventually occur, then I am seeing a move down to the target of 120 and reassess from there. Well, since the rebound in dollar CAD from 138.5, the market is attempting to try and reclaim the top side, but I feel it doesn't have the technical aspect of supporting this move and therefore could see a rejection from around 140 to 70 and look back towards the base at 138.5 for this week. An interesting pattern coming through for gold. Although safe haven is actually keeping the interest to the bulls, the fact is the technical assessment is still negative. I do show some caution in the long play because I feel that we are seeing a possible challenge down to 1,698 to 02 and reassess from there. Wrapping up with oil, well, the pullback on Fridays ended up posting a hanging man, and for that pattern does suggest further weakness. A hanging man Japanese candlesticks refers to the shape of the candle resembling a hanging man or a hanged man, and in this pattern it's very popular in terms of supporting a bear case or a reversal in an uptrend, and which is very clearly since we've had the trough underneath $10, and therefore I do look for a pullback, and I have been calling this. I'm not bearish. I want to find the opportunity to buy, and that would reveal back towards 29.40 or maybe down to 27.50 before the next uptake towards $36 to $41 a barrel. Well, that wraps it for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and as always, look out for the intraday report, and I hope you enjoy the great start to this new week.